Welcome back to day 2 of 30 Days Creative and Transformational Guidance. This is a book that I've created, more like a journal, a place to set your ideas, think about your ideas, and make action towards those ideas on your own time and pace. Day 1 was about setting a foundation and why I think finding a foundation is important. And as I thought about this overnight, this is all going to awaken a part of you that maybe lies dormant or you haven't really addressed, because we're human and there's just so many things that we don't get to really, what's the word I'm looking for? We don't get to really experience a full life because we have all these restrictions and orders and, routines. Go here, go there, do this, do that. We don't necessarily really get down the time to sit with ourselves and really sort through what it is that we're seeking, what it is we want to do. And I think a lot of that changes as we become adults. So getting to who you were prior to joining the workforce or before meeting the group of friends that really aren't doing anything in life and you've just been kind of chilling with them. And I think this is a good way to really seek out what it is you're looking to do with your life, to find purpose, to step every day with intention. And so setting that foundation is important, because without a foundation, it's very easy to become delusional or walk on that fine line of sane and insane. And I guess that's what I wanted to start this episode out with. But let's dive into the book. Day 2. Day 2 is about budgeting and what it really just how you're spending your money. This isn't to shame you or make you spend all day looking at the past 30 days. Because this is a 30-day process, what I would love for anyone listening is to get as close to a daily recount of your day before. So for today, you would look at yesterday's spending. Yesterday, I don't think I spent a dime. And I take that back. I took the boys to Burger King and we split a meal. They weren't going to eat the whole meal and I wasn't that hungry. We were just walking and just so happened to see Burger King. And so I got them nuggets, a meal, and we laughed and joked and we just, enjoyed our day. Now, was that going to be a need or a want? That was definitely a want. So the next thing is to separate each purchase from the day prior into different areas of need or a want. You might want to find a place where you can make notes on a budgeting app. Mint is a good place if you are looking for something to download. And if you don't want to download anything new, just pull out Excel, Google Sheets, something that you can look at anywhere at any time would be best. And if you don't have any access to that, I don't want to exclude anybody in any of the information that I'm providing. So write it down. Spend 30 days writing down what you did 24 hours prior, and then it'll give you a better overview of how you spend money, what you're spending on, and if it's all needs and what's the wants. And hopefully over time, what you'll end up doing is the things that are needs, they go into a separate account, right? And you only put that amount in for that amount, and that's automatically taken out. Now you could potentially even be saving more money. A lot of places offer auto pay discounts, so take that into consideration. Long term, this should build a healthier relationship between you and your money. I know for me, that's what it's done for me. Last year, I spent a lot of time going over my finances, looking at every single cent, nickel, dime, penny, right? Just even those times where I'm like, my account is 2 cents over. What is going on? Usually on my end, it's always my dyslexia that I don't claim, but I know it's there. I mess up from time to time, and that's perfectly fine. But being able to focus in to say, I want to make sure I know where my money is, it can really save you from account hackers taking, I know in the past I've heard them taking like 2 to 3 cents out of millions of accounts, right? That's millions of cents potentially giving you thousands of dollars. So in this digital world, it's so easy for us to take, my baby's crying, so I won't spend too much time here. Being able to see your finances overall is going to give you better health, better mindset, better relationship with your money, and hopefully bring you to a place where you no longer have the need for all the wants. Being strategic with the wants and purchasing things because you've succeeded in some area of life would be way better versus you just spending like I used to do just because I was having a bad day. I used to spend thousands of dollars having a bad day. I used to spend hundreds of dollars on Victoria's Secret. I used to spend my whole paycheck in Victoria's Secret. And over time, as I grew and my bags grew, I didn't like how they looked at me with my big purse in Victoria's Secret, spending so much money there and having people follow me around and whispering on their little microphones. I stopped shopping there because clearly you don't want my money. And that's fine by me. I can buy panties anywhere. So waking up out of the delusion of what is money and putting that energy into focusing on what your purpose is. I also have created an area where you can, tax yourself, a purpose tax. Every time you spend something that you wanted, add that to your purpose tax. So anytime you go back to say, well, why didn't I complete XYZ? Well, you spent a lot of time at the movie theaters doing what you wanted. And then that way you can financially see it's your fault that you didn't complete any of the tasks that you wanted to do because you were too busy focusing on whatever it is you wanted to do. Now, this isn't to shame anybody. This isn't to set anybody on a strict spending habit, but it is to get everybody familiar that your finances are important. So after that 15 minutes of your meditation, journaling, whatever you chose to do for that 15 minutes every day, the next 15 minutes, just spend time looking at your previous spending habits. And to some point, you'll even be able to do it as you go versus waiting on the next day where you have buyer's remorse. And for anybody out there who believes in astrology, and I want everybody to understand that I see astrology as a tool the same way that, guns and that baby is headed towards me now. Everything that's given to us is a tool. The phone you have in your hand right now, your computer, it all come from the fallen angel. So, making astrology such a, we shouldn't be doing that. It's the same with everything else. We shouldn't be doing a lot of things, but if we can utilize it as a tool, recognize that Jupiter is the planet of expansion. Never spend money on Thursdays. But I'm going to go because baby boy's at the door, and that's all I have for today. Have a good day. Bye.